Hello everybody, it's Mr. Place here, and today we are going to be making a video about how to improve your Minecraft interior. So, first of all, I will be telling you that this is only for medieval style. I'm doing this medieval style at the moment. If you would like to see any different style houses, then leave it in the comment section down below. And if this does like you, then please slap the like button. And if you really love this and this definitely improved your interior designs, then subscribe, because it does help out the channel. So without further ado, let's get into that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make a little fireplace. So this is a pretty defining figure of the house that I'm making, because medieval houses always mostly had fireplaces to keep them warm. So first what you do is you have to get the cobblestone into the wall so that it looks like it's not just going to burn into the wood, so it's a bit realistic. So then all you want to do is you want to get some netherrack and place it down. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take some flint and steel, light it up. Oh wait, no. The FPS is going to be so bad. I'm quickly going to extinguish the fire. There. Okay, so put the iron bars because we don't want people to run into the flames. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put in a cobblestone slab just in there so that it looks a bit more down, sort of. I don't really know what you call that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to put a little shelf over, actually a mantelpiece, well, not actually just a mantle, over the fireplace. So this really does look good, and it makes the fireplace a bit nicer. And obviously in the medieval times they did have these massive mantles, and yeah. So now we're going to take a flower pot, just chuck it down, and we'll be putting a flower in that later. Now, we're going to take a skeleton skull. Now, this is actually a nice trick. Try and let the skeleton skull look away from the audience, so that it just looks almost like a metallic sort of thing, so that the audience just wonders, what is that? So that they take a closer look. So the whole thing we want to accomplish with this build is let it look as if the person has to go through the whole build to actually see what's going on. So it's not just like, oh, this is it. You have to go step by step through it all. So now to make it even nicer, we're going to put a little pickaxe on top there. Unfortunately in Minecraft you can't put a massive spear or something hanging over. That's pretty sad. But you can put it like that, and it does look nice. And try and make, so try and put as much color into it as possible. And now the next thing, we're going to get a bed. Now the bed, you can make it a main feature, but since I'm doing this sort of like a small little house instead of like a bedroom, then I'm just going to chuck it in the corner so that it is sort of defining the build, but it isn't completely taking the whole build up. Yeah. So I'm going to tuck it away in the corner there and support a little roof over it. So that looks very nice. And what we're going to do on top of the roof is something else that I really love to do. So I love to make a big shelf or something like that, and then just put hay bales on it. It just makes it look more medieval, peasant-ish, because they obviously didn't have massive barns to store all the hay in. And also try and put a fence, just one fence in between, so that it sort of looks like it's still supported. It really, really looks nice. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to make a kitchen on that wall right over there. So this is more medieval style kitchen. You can also Obviously, if you want to see different style interiors, then just leave a comment in the section. In the comment section down below. Lol. Anyways, back to the video. So, how to make this is put a furnace. Obviously, you're going to want a furnace, a crafting table, a few bits and bobs in the kitchen. Then, out of one of the furnaces, you can also just have one, make a chimney coming out. And I'm actually going to put some smoke coming out of the chimney and just build it. So I'm going to also, this is sort of a tutorial also on smoke. Sort of, not really, but yeah, whatever. So a nice way to make smoke is, instead of just chucking cobwebs or disgusting stuff like that, take some glass. Or glass panes or your normal glass. I prefer glass panes because they look a bit more slim, sort of. And then with the glass panes, make this, all the different colors obviously, make a nice smoke illusion mostly. Yes, make a nice illusion, and this really does look nice, and try and make it as a smoky thing, and don't just make it right up. Try and curve it around a bit, so that looks very good. So now going on with the kitchen, what we're going to do is we're going to put some trapdoors on the furnaces. Actually remove that trapdoor, and we're going to put underneath the furnace, we're going to put a lever. So what this does is it takes the iron trapdoor, because obviously iron trapdoors can't be toggled by hand, they have to have a redstone source. So we're going to chuck it underneath the furnace, and then the redstone source will go through the furnace and into the trapdoor, so that it will be toggled. Now a nice other thing you can do is take the rail, or more, well, this is more of a bit of a stove sort of thing. It isn't really that medieval, but it does look good. You can also put weighted pressure plates, so iron pressure plates, as in the illusion of stove. You can also put a ladder on the crafting bench, but I don't think that's going to look at the moment so good here. So I'm just going to put another flower to give it a bit more color because it's a bit gray. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put, to sort of just make it look very better, I'm going to put a slanted roofy sort of thing over the kitchen, so that you can see that is the kitchen, and this is now the bed, and that is the furnace. Well, not the furnace, the fireplace. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put a table, because obviously you're going to want to have all the necessities that a person needs in life. So that's a key to building interior. Try and get all the necessities that you would use into your build. So make it like this, with two little steps going up. And now, what I actually just recently found out, or actually I saw it, all of these weren't all my designs, but most of these were. So I'm not a complete copyright person. So take a spruce door. This I have seen a lot of people use. It is very nice looking. It makes the chair a bit more defined, so that it's almost like the chair is a bit more up. Now this is something nobody really does. A lot of people only put signs, but what you can do is if you put an item frame and the color of the chair, and you chuck it in and do it diagonal, well, I don't know the way that is. It almost looks like an armrest. So now you can sit on your nice chair. But I'm going to need a plate for my person to eat out of. So a weighted pressure plate and a lever. That'll look very good. I could also put a flower pot there, but I don't think I'm going to. So now at the window, try and put something to make the window a bit more into the build. Don't just let it be flat. Some builds you can let it flat. It all depends on your different scenarios. So yeah, try and put it at as many windows, so that just a little bench or something. So I put some carpet on it. It looks very nice, and I think it'll fit perfectly into this build. So now I'm actually going to put a flower pot here, but I'm going to do it with a different flower because that looks a bit, yeah. I'm trying not repeat too many stuff, but definitely do repeat stuff, but don't repeat stuff. So there's a fine line there. Okay, so now I'm going to put a button here. So I don't really know what that is. It's just something. Try and make things look as if they are other things. But now in the corner there, since there's pretty much nothing and nothing very nice you can do there, try put armor stand. Okay, but here's another tip. Don't put diamond. You can put diamond if you really want to, but diamond is so blue and it's just try and vary the different colors. You can put diamond, that could actually look good there, but I'm just going to put another chainmail cap helmet on there because it looks a bit better. So try and vary, not just, you can also do just one set, but always try and change around a bit. So now what I'm going to do is, since my iron armor is there, I'm going to put my weapons there as well. So I'm going to put a bow and an arrow and also a sword. So this is going to look pretty good because it'll more like, this is more the suiting up part of the build. So you can see all the way through that you have to look at it step by step. And that's always what you want to do in these builds. You always want to have the viewer go step through step because then they can actually really realize all of the intenseness that you put into this build. And I think that is great. So the last thing, put some one of the last things, put some carpet around, but try and put them more just around. Try not put them too much at just one big square, because around it does still look good because you can actually still see the ground, the flooring, and it just makes this nice little whatchamacallit. Anyways, moving on, we are now going to make a nice chandelier, but since we don't have a lot of space for a nice chandelier, I'm going to use a pretty old trick in the book, put some glowstone, but to make it look more easy to look at, because glowstone is really, it's a disgusting block. So just put some trapdoors around it. You can still see it's glowstone, but it really, really makes it look good. This is, now it's moving a bit more from the normal peasant home to a bit more of a rich person. So now we're going to put a little shelf. Always try and put as many shelves into a place as you want, but don't spam too many shelves because that could look messy. But we're going to put a pumpkin, and this is another tip that I don't know if anybody else uses this, but go into the back of your build and get a pumpkin and place him looking at you from outside, so that when you're inside the pumpkin, you don't see that disgusting face. So the build is almost done. Only two more things I would add, and those are paintings. Okay, now paintings are very tricky. You can also do banners, but yeah, I didn't do banners in this build. So paintings are tricky because if you spam paintings too much, they look disgusting. And also, what I'm doing here is I'm making a nice little window, but I'm making it a bit of a different color so that it's a bit better, sort of. I don't really know how to explain that. So try and find suitable places for your paintings. Don't spam them around. Like, there's a beautiful place because it's all tucked in and you just need something there. Don't make too big ones, and try and get good looking paintings, because bad looking paintings will just ruin your build. So that looks pretty good, and yes, I do believe we are done. I don't think there's anything else I could add. Obviously, in the medieval times, they did not have bathrooms indoors, so they always had bathrooms outdoors. So, this has been Moose's Place, and please leave a like if you did enjoy this video. And if this really helped you, then please subscribe. It helps out the channel. And also, if you would like to see more builds like this, but in different styles, so more of a modern or more fantasy sort of thing, then just post that in the comment section down below, and I will see you next time. Bye.